Hi, West Texas, Burt Sempier here, and welcome into another episode of Chat with the Chief featuring San Angelo Police Chief Travis Griffith. Chief, thank you so much for coming in, and the day before Thanksgiving, too.
Man, it's always to be here. It's always good to be here, and even more reason to be thankful is to be with y'all guys.
Well, it's always great to have you here, whether it's the day before Thanksgiving or a random Tuesday in June.
There you go.
All right, Chief. So speaking of Thanksgiving, millions of Americans are going to be hitting the road, heading off to a holiday destination, spend the day with friends and family, and hopefully some turkey. Obviously, West Texans are included in that. Many have already left. Some will leave this evening. Some will leave in the morning.
Yeah.
What words of advice do you have for the families that are going to be hitting the road?
Yeah, be intentional about your driving, right? So like giving yourself more time to get to where you're going. Think in advance of where there might be traffic jams if you're driving outside of San Angelo. Giving more time and distance in between vehicles that are in front of you. It gives you more stopping time. I know we always in a hurry, and we always want to get there faster as we can so we can see the people we love, but when you're driving slower, it gives you that more response time that you need to be able to stop sooner, react, take evasive action. So those things are key. Be a defensive driver, right? Because there's going to be more people out that are going to start indulging in adult beverages, and not everybody is responsible. And so being a defensive driver, when you see something that doesn't look right, you can either speed up, slow down, get out of the way, whatever you need to do to avoid being involved in a crash.
Speaking of adult beverages, I remember when I was younger, the night before Thanksgiving was a very popular night to go out and have a good time before you hang out with family the next day. Wondering if maybe you guys will maybe have extra patrols on the road this weekend, if you do see an uptick in drinking in terms of the night before Thanksgiving, throughout Thanksgiving weekend. What do you guys see out there on the roads?
Yeah, we do. We see an increase in that, and as we go through the night, there's always going to be extra officers out working, and there's going to be no refusal, which means that we'll submit for a warrant for folks that are out there driving and they found to be intoxicated. Then we actually will take that time and submit for a warrant to a judge and get a sample of their blood generally. So that it's not a good way to meet one of our officers on the side of the road. It's expensive. It's not worth the dangers of possibly taking someone's life or hurting somebody. That you'll always have that you have to live through. And then we want to make sure we keep San Angelo safe. So meet us some other way. Come to one of our meetings. Go to one of the public events where you can meet the officers, but don't do it that way.
You'll have a much better time if we
cheaper.
meet you guys that way. Yes, that as well. Switching gears a little bit. So right now, SAPD is on the hunt for a woman who is possibly a suspect in an ongoing credit debit card abuse investigation.
Yeah.
SAPD put out pictures of this woman on Facebook yesterday. Wondering what you can tell us about this investigation, because that's a pretty serious case right there.
Yeah, not much more we can really add than other than what we've put out. If you know anything about whereabouts, anything you can add to the case, to contact area code 325-658-HELP. It's Crime Stoppers. You can stay out of it. You can get a reward on that, right? Any information that they can add to this case is going to greatly help the victims and bring justice in the case.
We had some very strong storms move across West Texas Sunday night into early Monday. I don't know about you, but I was most certainly woken up by those storms, maybe like 1:40 in the morning. Come Monday morning, we saw some of the low water crossings had some flooding. We got footage of drivers at Cecil and Hughes having to turn around. What did you guys see? And the officers that were out on patrol during those storms, hopefully everything went okay with them.
Yeah, it's always a cold and wet night for those guys and gals that are out there working. We appreciate them, but really, even though I think it was record-breaking rainfall, that we didn't have any major things kick off, anything that was of any substance. Sometimes you get out there and help people that might have flooded out in a lower area, but that's much different than somebody that their car's completely submerged, like we saw not that long ago. It's kind of hard to believe that July 4th was just the other day, and so thankfully we didn't have any events like that. It went off all pretty well, and we appreciate the men and women of this police department that are out there working in that crazy weather.
I tell you, coming from the Northeast, I'm sort of kind of used to the storms of West Texas, but the storms down here, they are something else.
Yeah, and you never know when they're going to pop up, man. It took like 111 days or something like that before we got this one to come up, and it just kind of shows up out of nowheres. So yeah, and they can be furious fast.
Yeah, yes, they can. They can also make you feel like, is my house going to be okay? That is for sure.
Yeah.
So during this holiday time, I guess the holiday season is officially here with Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Several of your officers recently helped hand out Thanksgiving dinners to 20 families from across the city as part of the HEB Feast of Sharing. The fact that some of your officers stepped up to the plate, getting involved in the community, making sure families that need a bit of a helping hand are able to have a warm Thanksgiving meal, must warm your heart as chief.
Oh, absolutely. You know, our Police Officers Association has a huge part in stuff just like that. In that particular, they went out there and they helped spearhead a lot of this, and then our officers show up that from all different walks of life, from different divisions inside the department, show up and help deliver those meals, and to see the impact that it makes, because these individuals really, they needed it, and to see that they got it. I mean, it touched people's hearts. You know, I mean, brought people to tears, and because this year's hard, right? It's hard on some folks, and that's why it's important to be thankful for what we got, because we're all just a few decisions away from things being very different, through a few things, that unforeseen events in our lives that could make our whole life very, very different. So
that's true. That's very true. And, you know, things are expensive. You know, $1 ain't what it used to be. I can certainly tell you that.
Yep.
And, you know, let's end on a little bit of a fun note. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Favorite entree, favorite side, favorite dessert?
Oh, man. Well, I'd say that, you know, you have to go with the turkey, right? Turkey is the best. And I don't know if you would add real cranberries, right? Real cranberry sauce is a good side of that. And we love like a cheesy broccoli casserole, man. That's just like it's a great mix, man. It usually has some rice in there.
Ooh, okay, Chief.
It is that's another one to add to that. Dessert, you can't go wrong with that, with a good pumpkin pie, right? That's the one. Put some. Usually, my brother or my wife might mix up a homemade whipped cream or whatever.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, and it goes real good on that pumpkin pie.
Hey, there is nothing like homemade whipped cream.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, well, we bought a whipped cream, I don't know, maker, for lack of a better term, and it uses the CO2 cartridges.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
And the CO2 cartridges just disappear for months on end, and then, you know, they're actually right where they're supposed to be, just behind something, of course.
Never can find it where you need it.
No, you cannot.
It's like a police officer.
Well, here you are.
Yeah.
Chief, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Before we know it, Christmas will be here. The holiday season is here. Any final words of wisdom before we say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there?
You know, I was thinking this morning just about being thankful and what that means, and it took me back to a place in 2019. I was in Africa, and I was at a very rural portion of the country, and a family gave me a chicken leg at a meal, and that little chicken leg was such a heartfelt gift, because they had so little, and they wanted to give it to me for being a special guest there. And I was instructed, like, hey, you know, if they do give you anything, to be sure and take it, because they don't have to be rude, because it was an important gift from them. That I was thinking about all the excess and all the things that we have in this country, and how we get bent out of shape over little things, right? That in that moment, they were giving so much. So in this season of being thankful, and this season of giving gifts as we move into Christmas, right? I just ask everybody to kind of put it in perspective, that where we are as a country, where we are in San Angelo, even whenever you might not have as much as keeping up with the Joneses, to stay focused on what matters: family, friends, your health, and the ability to be able to live in a place that have the freedoms that we have and the amount of food and success and things that we have here, even when it didn't feel that way.
Yeah, you're very right. Definitely a lot of things to be thankful for in one way or another. I think it's okay to say on behalf of Chief Travis Griffith and the whole team here at Fox West Texas, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day. Chief, thank you for being here.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for another episode of Chat with the Chief with San Angelo Police Chief Travis Griffith. I'm Burt Sempier. We'll see you next time.